Good morning. It is 6:38 a.m. on Tuesday, November. I don't know why I hesitated in the middle. November sec. Should I start over? Good morning. It's 6:38 a.m. on Tuesday, November 20th. See, I almost like I did it again. November 20th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Today is my last day in Korea for this trip. I'm still on the same work project, which means I will be doing remote work for a while and then coming back in the future. But for this trip, today is the last full day, and I'm flying out tomorrow morning. And as just kind of a neat fluke of the way the time zones and all of that stuff work, I will be landing in New York after, at the end of my first flight. I will be landing in New York at the same time and day that I leave, which is kind of fun. But then, of course, I have a 3-hour layover and then have to fly to Boston from New York. But yeah, but I'll be getting home mid-afternoon on Wednesday, and hopefully I will not be too crazy exhausted because we're going to resume our So Many Levels D&D campaign on Wednesday evening at the normal time, and I will for some reason I had been for the last couple weeks under the mistaken impression that this week we wouldn't have everybody, or that we would have a smaller group and therefore it wouldn't make sense to try to continue the main campaign. But now it looks like we actually will. And so all of a sudden I'm like, oh, shoot, now I have to figure out what happens. Or to some extent, I have to be prepared for the variety of things that might happen because, of course, that's the nature of D&D. I can't entirely predict what might happen, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm excited. Got some big stuff going on for our party in that campaign. In the meantime, I want to talk a little bit about Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which, if you have not heard of it, and I can't blame you because I feel like it was sort of a stealth release. I feel like even as someone who pays attention to these things, I didn't hear about it until it was practically tripped over it. It is a new Coen Brothers movie ? That is now streaming on Netflix. And it is, I say ? Just because it's an anthology of 6 different stories, but it is sort of in a feature length and presented as one thing and not episodes of a show. So is that a TV show or is that a movie? Well, what difference does it make, really? It is a feature length showing of 6 shorter stories that are all Western themed in one way or another. And especially since I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm definitely kind of in a Western frame of mind, and I generally like them anyway. So since I also generally like the Coen Brothers movies, I was interested, and I recommend it if you are someone who likes those things, namely Westerns and Coen Brothers things. It is typical of a lot of their stuff in the sense that it veers pretty wildly from dark humor to actual pathos, often with very blended tones, and the opening piece will definitely do that. It will definitely sort of convey that aspect of it. The idea of someone's actual behavior being in stark contrast from their apparent demeanor. And you'll see what I mean if you watch it. But I really enjoyed it, and I recommend it if you like those sorts of things. And I won't say any more about it because I think some of the stories, I don't want to say they depend on surprise because that's not quite true, but I guess I just mean I don't know that telling you more about it really helps anything. In the meantime, gotta go ahead and get ready for work today. And then I will go ahead and record another one of these for tomorrow morning before I leave for the airport. But then it will, we'll see. Well, again, we'll see how it goes because it'll be like traveling in time a little bit. And that's it's still I'm just tickled that I'm gonna leave at 10 a.m. on Wednesday and arrive in New York at 10 a.m. on Wednesday after having spent a long time in the plane. Anyway, I will leave it there for today and talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.